Hmm. So reasons which makes Python. So in the last demo session, right, I was just briefing you, right? Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular, right? Yes, just observe this is what we have discussed in the last session, right? So two types of languages, low level and high level. Python is a high level, which is human understandable, portable, and machine independent. And two major programming languages, Java and Python. So from the last 2-3 years, the usage of Python has increased a lot. 31% used in the industry, Java 19% used in the industry currently. So who are using Python today? Like Google using Python, Yahoo using Python, YouTube for video sharing service, Uber pricing algorithm implemented in Python, Instagram because of Python hybrid features, NASA. NASA, right? Yes. For research and development activities, right? And Quora, Reddit, and Pinterest, right? Quora, Reddit, and Pinterest. These are the applications built, right? And Netflix, right? Using Python for its security automation subscription purpose. MMOG, massively multiplayer online games. Maya, a powerful 3D animation which uses Python. BitTorrent using Python. Okay. BitTorrent using Python, right? For its file sharing service. iRobot, right? For hardware testing purpose. Companies like IBM, Seagate, Qualcomm, all these they use Python for hardware testing purpose. Okay, fine. And Python multi-programming features, right? Like procedure-oriented programming features like C language, object-oriented programming features like C++, Java, scripting features like shell script, and modular programming like Modular 3, 89,300 inbuilt models Python has got. Right. Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. Very less coding we see. Simple syntaxes we see in Python. We can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, we get response from it. Multi-programming features. Python has got what? Multi-programming features. What all the features we see in different other programmings? We see all those features in Python. Wide varieties of application. Okay, wide varieties of applications and many built-in libraries. Okay. What kind of applications we can develop today by using Python means like web applications, automation applications, big data applications, scientific applications, for numerical analysis, for test cases, for networking, for scheduling tasks, for business applications, for database applications, for web scraping, for embedded applications, for computer vision, for robotics, right? Fine. So I was just saying that in the last class, I showed you coding of Java comparison with Python. So like I took a task like 10 to 12 lines of code of Java. I've written just within 3 lines in Python. So not even 1/4 coding as compared with other programming language. Very less code you see. Fine. Now today I'll just go enter into the technicals, right? Right. Before I go with the installations, right? You need to know something about Python Software Foundation, right? Python Software Foundation, PSF. It is a non-profit organization. It is a non-profit organization devoted towards Python community, right? It is a non-profit organization devoted towards Python community. It was launched in the year 2001. The main objective, right? To foster the development of Python, to foster the development of Python. To foster the development of Python from version to version, right? Yes. To foster the development of Python from version to version, right? Yes. Yes. Is my screen visible to all, right? Is my voice audible to all, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Right, thank you. Yes. To foster the development of Python from version to version. In the year right? Yes. In the year 2005, PSF received Computer World Horizon Award. Computer World Horizon Award. PSF received what? Computer World Horizon Award. The president for this, right? President for this, Guru Van Rossum. Guru Van Rossum, right? He is the personality. He is the personality who introduced Python, right? Is the same personality is the president for this PSF, and where the headquarters, right? Delaware, US. Headquarters, what are the headquarters? Delaware, US. Official website. Official website, right? Official website www.python.org. Official website python.org. So this what is something about PSF practice. Non-profit or devoted towards Python was launched in the year 2001. Faster the development of Python. PSF received Computer Well Horizon Award, Judo Van Rosen. Okay. So before I go with the installations, right? Before I go is Python versions, right? Yes. Python 1.x version. It was released in the year 1989. Python 1.x in the year 1980. Python 2.x version, right? In the year 2000. Python 3.x version in the year 2008. Okay, Python 1.x, 2.x, 3.x. So the version 1.x, 2.x, and 3.x. Latest version of Python, right? Latest version of Python. Latest version of Python, right? Python 3.11 is the latest version. Stable version of Python, right? Yes, stable version of Python. Right. Python 3.9 is the stable version, right? Means mostly stable version, nothing but mostly used version. Mostly used version, right? Yes. Previous stable version, right? Latest version is Python 3.11. Stable version is 3.9. Previous stable version is Python 2.7, right? Yes. Which was mostly used version. Yes. So we are going to install Python 3.11. The latest version is Python 3.11. Python installation, right? Yes. So before I go with installation, all right, go to this settings, apps, apps and features. Python 3.11.4, right? Yes, uninstall it. Uninstall the 3.11 version, right? So Python is uninstalling. So Python provides different softwares for different environments. For Linux, for Mac OS, for Windows. For Linux, no need of any installation. By default, Python comes as inbuilt. Python comes as inbuilt within this Linux OS. For Windows or for Mac OS, we need to install Python. So for Windows, we have got two versions, right? Two things, right? Like for Windows 32-bit, separate software Python provides. For 64-bit, it provides separate software, two different softwares for Windows environment for 32 and 64-bit. How will you check whether your system is a 32-bit or 64-bit? Just minimize this, right click in this Explorer, File Explorer, right? Yes. Right click properties, say properties, right? Yes. What is that? 64-bit operating system. If it is showing 32-bit, right? We need to support download 32-bit. If it is 64-bit, we are supposed to download 64-bit Python software. Okay. So uninstallation is successful, right? Yes. So close this. Uninstallation was successful. Close it. Yes. Now open this Chrome browser, right? Opening this Chrome browser. Right. What is that official website? www.python.org. Python.org is the official website. From where we can download Python. From this, you can install Python, right? Yes. So here within this downloads, right? All releases. In downloads, all releases, right? Just scroll down a little bit. Not active Python releases. Looking for a specific release. Looking for a specific release. Okay. Looking for a specific release. In this, can you see here 3.11.4, June 6th, almost like 40 days back it was released. Click it, 11.4 version. Scroll down to the bottom of the page. You can see like all files for Windows, Mac OS, right? You can see here Windows 32-bit for Windows 64-bit. Windows 64-bit recommended, right? Yes. Click this Windows installer 64-bit, right? Click it. Your download starts. It hardly takes 24 MB of size, right? It's 24 MB of size. Okay. So Python has got 89,300 inbuilt modules for different domain rights. So all those 89,300 inbuilt modules won't be present within this Python software. If all those are present, then the software size won't be 24 MB. It will be in GBs of size, right? But only commonly used modules present within this Python software, right? Commonly used modules used in this Python software. But models like high-end, like data science related modules, big data related modules, data base related modules, all these modules are not available within this Python software. Later, we need to download and we need to install, right? By using a component called pip, PIP. Pip. Later, I show you how to download and how to install the external modules which are not part of Python software, right? Yes. So any module hardly takes just some 20 seconds of time to install, like 20 to 30 seconds. Just to say pip install the module name, automatically it downloads and installs the module. So Python supports modular programming, which is not supported in other programming languages. Where thousands of modules Python has got, using which we can perform the operations in a simple manner, right? You don't need to write huge codings in Python. Yes. So download in progress. So once it gets downloaded, click that exe file. You will get a window, right? Immediately don't go for installation. Yes. We need to select the path variable so that the path will be set automatically. We don't need to set manually as you do in Java, right? So we don't need to set any path here in Python. Directly, if we select one option, no need, automatically the Python path is going to be added to the OS operating system. So almost done. So once it is done, right, click this exe file. Click this exe file, right? You will get one window like this. So at the bottom, you can see add Python to path, right? At the bottom, you see add Python to path, select it. Add Python to path, to select it. All right. Go for customize installation. Go for what? Customize installation. And select all this, right? Yes. Documentation, pip ID, latest suite launcher, right? Say next. Nothing to select here, say next. So by default, so here also nothing to select. So where it is getting installed, by default, where it is getting installed? In C, users, Dell, app data, local, programs, Python, Python 3.11. So tomorrow, if you want to check where your Python is available, right? Yes. Want to see where your Python is available, right? Yes. It is too difficult to locate, right? So just remove all this big path. Keep your mouse before this Python 3.11. Remove all this, right? Just install Python within the C drive. C/Python 3.11. Python 3.11 means 3.11. Python 3.11, one folder gets created. Within that, Python will be installed, right? Within the C drive. Just say install. Hardly it takes 1 minute to install Python. Yes. Once it is done, let us check whether it is properly installed or not. Yes. So I'll show you how to work on IDEs. In real time, we use IDEs, right? Integrated Development Environment. So different IDEs supported by Python. I'll show you now all the IDs, how to download, how to install, and how to run the code right within that IDs. Okay, setup was successful, right? Yes, setup was successful. I'll close it. Now check it whether it is properly installed or not, right? Yes. Yeah. Go to this bottom search, right? CMD. Say what? CMD. Go to this command prompt. Go to this command prompt and type Python. Whenever I type Python, it should display the Python version. It has to display the Python version. Three point 11.4, right? 3.11.4, right? Oh, can you see this three arrow symbol? It's Python interpreter where you can type any valid Python statements and interact with Python statement by statement. 3 plus 4, x is 10, y is 2. What is x? What is y? What is x plus y? What is x minus y? X into y. X by y. X, x into 2, 10 into 2, 20, right? Yes. X to the power of 2, 10 square, right? X to the power of 2, 10 square, right? X equal to HELLO, right? X equal to hello, x into 3 prints hello for 3 times, x into 5 prints hello for 5 times, right? So QUIT quit, say once if it's a quit, it comes out of this, right? Yes. So here Python is successfully installed, it's working, right? If anyone from Linux background, no need of installing any Python within that, right? Already Python will be inbuilt within this Linux. But if you're using older version of Linux, if you see older version of Python, right? You can use this command to update your Python, right? Sudo, right? Everything from the root user, apt-get install, apt-get install, right? Python 3.11, right? Yes. Sudo apt-get install Python 3.11. So this command is going to download and install Python within the Linux machine, right? Yes. Python execution modes, right? Python execution modes. Two modes of execution. Two modes of execution. First one, interactive mode and batch mode. Interactive mode and secondly like batch mode. Here, just now I talked about interactive mode, right? Here we directly type the Python statements. Python statements, right? On the interpreter, and the user can easily interact. So here here we directly type the Python statements on the interpreter and the user can easily interact with Python, and the user can easily interact with Python statement by statement. And the user can easily interact with Python statement by statement. So here, the advantage of this interactive mode. Advantage is, if it doesn't know about any Python functionalities, you can type and check what output it is going to provide. And for learning Python, to test the functionalities of Python, test the functionalities of Python and to learn Python. To test the functionalities of Python and to learn Python, batch mode, right? So for developing applications in Python, this interactive mode is not preferred. We need to go for batch mode. Batch mode means here we write a batch of statements. Here we write batch of statements or set of statements, right? We write batch of statements or set of statements within the editors or IDEs. Within the editors or IDEs, and save it by using .py extension, and save it by using .py extension and later submit it to Python. We write set of statements within the editors or IDs and save it by using .py, later submit it to Python. So what are the various editors and what are the various IDs where we can write the Python code? So what are the various editors, right? Yes. Various editors, right? Like within the notepad you can write, yes. Within the edit plus you can write the Python code and create a .py file. In Linux, VI and Nano editors, right? So this first two are for Windows, this next two are for Linux environment. We are going to write the code within this, right? And what are the various IDs? In real time we use IDs, right? What are the various IDs? You can write the Python code, right? Yes. Various IDs like PyCharm, PyDev, Komodo, Spider, Eclipse, Spider, Eclipse, NetBeans, Jupyter Notebook. So I'll be showing you an Anaconda distribution, Anaconda prompt navigator, Jupyter Notebook. Yes. VS Code. PyCharm, PyDev, Komodo, Spider, Eclipse, NetBeans, Jupyter Notebook, VS Code. PyCharm is the mostly used one, right? Mostly used. Among all these, PyCharm is the mostly used. I'll be showing you in all this, most of these IDs, right? Like PyCharm, Jupyter, Spider, VS Code, right? How to download, how to install step by step, how to run the code within this, right? How to execute within these IDs. Yeah. These are the various editors. These are the various IDs. Developing the first Python application, right? Developing the first Python application. Within the editor. Developing the first Python application within the editor. Example like Notepad. Example like within the Notepad. Open Notepad, right? And type the following Python statements. Open Notepad and type the following Python statements, right? Yes. As of now, we didn't discuss anything about Python, right? Yes. So I'll take two numbers, x as 10, y as 20. Yes, I'll perform this print x plus y, print x minus y. I want to perform some kind of arithmetic operations, right? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, x by y, right? Yes. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. I'll just copy this to a separate file, right? Yes. I'll copy this to a separate notepad file. Yes. Create a separate notepad file. Yes. Within this notepad file, save it. In the last right case. What is the name? Sample1.py. I have written within the notepad. You have taken two variables 10 and 20 and performing addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, right? Yes. Save it as sample1.py, right? Save as sample1.py. Now submit this file to Python. Now submit this file to Python as, right? So what is that? Give the entire path where the file is available. Go to command prompt by typing cmd and just type Python. Don't say enter. You'll go to interactive mode. If you say and give the path where the file is available within the C drive, Python 7 p.m. batch within that sample1.py. py, right? Yes, say enter. So 10 plus 20, you got the output, right? 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, 10 by 20. So what you did? So the file name, where it is present in which folder, in which drive, the entire path you specify to Python. So it gives the response output, right? Yes. But here, what is your observation, right? Here. But here, we are writing the code. We are writing the code at one place. But here we are writing the code at one place and execute at the same place. Here we are writing the code at one place, means within the notepad you are writing and executing at the other place and executing at the other place. Where you are executing at other place means within the command prompt. And executing at the other place. But to write and execute at the same place, we have IDLE, right? Which comes along with Python. We have IDLE, right? Which comes along with Python installation. Using which we can write and execute. We can write and execute at the same place. We can write and execute at the same place, right? Yes. I'm copying these lines. Right. And now how to open this ideally and how to write and execute at the same place. You can type ideally within this search, right? Within the search, you can type IDLE, Integrated Development Learning Environment. You can see here, right? Or you can go to Start Programs, check your all apps where your Python is installed, right? 3.11. What is the first thing we see? IDLE, right? Yes. Yes. File, new file, right? File, new file. Yes. 10, 20, x plus y, x minus y, x into y, x by y. File, save it. Say what? Sample2.py. Now check it. If I run this, run module, right? It's 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, 10 by 20. 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, 10 by. So you're writing the code here itself, and here you can got run option here itself, right? Writing and executing at the same place. Yes. Understood, right? So I was just discussing today, like Python software foundation, Python versions, Python installations, Python execution modes. Later, I'll show you once we are done with a little bit of technical content, how to work with these IDs, how to download and how to install them, right? Step by steps, right? Fine. So tomorrow, just we enter into the technical part, right? The way data types and variables defining, how to define variables, right? Yes. Yeah. Any queries you got as part of today's session, right? Anyone? So tomorrow also you can attend the session tomorrow, and after tomorrow you can attend the session to see more on this Python. So yes, how exactly the variable is stored, how this memory is accessed, how to print their address, how to print their content, how to print their type, that everything I'll show you, right? What happening internally. Fine. So this is what Python software foundations. Yes. There was introductory session, right? There was one introductory session with Shiva There was just one introductory session before this. Fine. So today just I was showing you this versions installations, right? And if anyone have missed the session, you can see in the chart, right? Yes. There is a message given by this online team. All right. You can see the course content. You can see that previous videos, it means that video of that last class. Once again, let's see that message. If anyone were absent to the last class video. Yes. Okay. Fine. Okay. So we'll continue tomorrow. You can follow the same link, same time tomorrow, 7 p.m. Right? Fine. So I'm stopping for now. We'll continue tomorrow, same time using the same link. More discussion on this, right? Yes.